Hello, hello, welcome meteor sprites. Hold on a second. I need water. Anyways, welcome to my reading out, just talking about the dreams that I've had, and basically just reading it out from my dream journal. So basically, journal that about what I've dreamt about, things I've dreamt about, and most of them relates to VTubers. Well, since I'm a VTuber fan, and hopefully, alright, let me change the filters, just in case. There, they've turned on noise suppression. Okay, there you go. Hopefully, it's not too. Okay, just testing the suppression thing. I'll turn it off if I need to see. And why are my eyes closed? Maybe the mic was in the way. Let me move it here. Okay, now my eyes are open. So I'm just getting all cozy and stuff. And you just go about my day. I just ate a tangerine, which is one piece. Well then, anyways. I know for sure in some of my dream journals I don't have all of them. I don't have all of them what I've dreamt about. Like I remember them, but I did not finish writing them down. Oof. So they had a list, like a bunch of related to VTubers, and then me getting lost in Japan, and also me being in a concert, but I'm the one that's performing it. Oh, that's really a dream there. Okay. So yeah, for my list, let me just start with being random here. Like it doesn't have to be an order, because I'm afraid that you might get tired of hearing me talk about the same things over and over again. Well, let's start with, okay, I'll close my eyes and then I just read off from my dream journal and I'll try to explain. And by the way, my memory can get hazy, so it might not be accurate because I forgot. So yeah. Alright, so I put in this title for my journal, was assigned as Gojo's bodyguard but failed. Alright, so I can't remember fully, but yeah, even my past self couldn't remember fully. It was just my past self only wrote this, was assigned to check on Gojo but found him stranded due to Suguru in his game. So yeah, I remember I was assigned as a bodyguard for Gojo Satoru, from Jujutsu Kaisen. Bruh, for real, I don't think I could be his bodyguard because I'll be dead if I captured Suguru. So then, yeah, I think I was just patrolling around some certain area, and then I saw Suguru, and I forgot what his group name was, but they got Gojo, and I was running after them. And then I don't know what happened, but it seemed like I failed, because he got Gojo. And I'm pretty sure I got fired. Okay, yeah, that was pretty much it. Okay, just making sure my mic is not on reverb. Okay, that's good. And also, speaking of my rebroadcast, I forgot to end stream. I forgot to end it the like 30 minutes later. It's because I was occupied with in real life stuff. And that's why for those that came by they saw like the black screen. So my bad on that one. That's totally not me being a that's not something I should be a professional streamer on. Wait, what? I meant that is not how I call being a professional streamer. Bruh. And alright. And also, I befriended a VTuber in real life in a dream. So I wrote, met a VTuber in real life. And this is what I wrote. I was in some university and needed a classmate to do a project. Then it fast forward to a guy sitting on the floor with his laptop on. I couldn't remember fully, but we were having a chat, and I had a feeling this guy reeked of streamer vibes. As I opened my laptop to somehow set up my streaming schedule. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Because when you're in a public place, for me, I don't want to reveal that I'm a VTuber. Because I don't want things to get complicated. So yeah, there's no way I would open my stream schedule and then edit in the public place. That's just not me. As I opened my laptop to somehow set up my streaming schedule, I needed to do something outside, so I left my laptop behind. What the heck, me? Yeah, what the heck? What the heck, past self in a dream? Why? Why did you just leave your laptop open and then just walk away? Come on, my dream self, me. You know better than that. Or else a bunch of people know you, or else the bunch of people know you're a VTuber. But anyways, so I wrote, as I came back, I saw a picture of a Neko VTuber pasted onto my schedule. So Neko Lady VTuber. And then somehow I recognized that VTuber, and she had 5 million subscribers on YouTube. Okay, I don't think I've ever encountered a VTuber that has 5 million subs right now. But if there is VTuber that has 5 million subs, then let me know. But if that's not the case, then yeah. I don't know. My dreams, can say most of my dreams are weird. And I don't know what made me recognize that. I had no freaking clue who that VTuber was. And so I panicked, then turned to the guy. So yeah, the guy that was my classmate in my dreams. And so he smiled at me to reassure me that he meant no harm. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Then he confessed that he was that Neko VTuber with 5 million subs and he introduced himself. Plot twist. Oh, so he really is a streamer also? It seemed there's no use hiding the fact that I am also a VTuber because my silly dream self left my stream schedule exposed. Don't do that. Forget me. And then what's interesting about the classmate's name was he said his name was Bamboo with a Japanese last name that I couldn't remember. So I introduced myself to him and we continued on to the project. And then it fast forward to us being friends. Well, I guess that's wholesome. I forgot what he looked like. But hey, shout out to Bamboo, I guess. With 5 million subs as a Neko VTuber. That I couldn't also remember his YouTube channel. I really don't know what that means. Maybe it's just giving me a sign that I should collab. Yep, don't worry, someday. Alright, speaking of, collabing. I didn't write this in my I didn't write this in my dream journal, but I remembered I was in a concert. I dreamt that I was in a concert. And I was the one performing. I don't know who I was performing with. Could be my O'Shea's. Ha 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 ha. Dream on me. Dream on. But anyways, I was having a blast. And the new meter sprites were just rooting for me. I was in my 3D VTuber model. And that was basically it. I could be the Lulu. Maybe that could happen to me in the very future. Like me on stage, just performing. That's a dream that's too far to reach. But step by step. Patience. Patience is the key. Patience is the key. And so, yeah. Alright. So, the about one of the dreams that I got lost in Japan. So I don't know how I got to Japan. Maybe by plane, boat, not sure. But I was hecka clueless. By the way, I did not type the full detail in my journal, but I remembered. I was looking all over the place, the signs, but I couldn't comprehend because I cannot read hiragana. I cannot read hiragana that well. And so I was hopeless. I was helpless. And then I somehow stopped by the dock. And just sulk. And then let me tell you something surprising. I saw a group of a Japanese boy rock band approaching me. And they knew I was not from Japan. And they knew I'm not familiar with this place either. And so they helped me. They helped me try to find a way. Or just help tour me around Japan. Man, that was a blast. And so they had a van, but no worries, it's not what you think would happen next. So apparently that boy band were living in a van. They were living in a van. And then they were just taking out the guitars and then trying to practice on something. I don't know what song they were trying to make. But I didn't get to hear them play it. And that was it. Oh. I'm curious though. Let me see what happens. Okay, let me just look it up. Might not be accurate, but what do people think the guitar in the dream means? Or getting lost in a country means? Let me look that up. So yeah, saw a guitar. Dreamt about encountering a boy band. A rock band. Okay, so from what I searched, it said it represents a need to be more creative, express myself more freely. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. A rock band. Oh, what does that mean? So yeah, so I looked it up, says it relates to creative and expression. Ah, okay. Interesting. Interesting. And then the most shortest dream that I got but couldn't remember. So according to my dream journal, I saying Grandpa's going to sue the pants off of Santa. Grandpa's gonna sue the pants off of Santa. Da 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 da. And then I wrote, I could remember most of the things except that I've sung that song. And I couldn't remember the lyrics either. Grandpa's gonna sue the pants off of Santa. Da 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 da. Well, maybe I listened to that song before, and it somehow appeared in my dreams. Well, to me, I don't think it symbolizes anything. It's just my dreams being silly. Okay. Well, so let me tell you a little bit of a secret, chat. So yeah, according to my dream journal, most of those dreams are related to Very Millet because it's obvious I'm a fan of him. No worries, I'm not that nuts. I even shared it with the villains too. But there's something I could share as well. Okay. So I could start with topic about Vermilion Dreams, and then after that I could just go back to another topic. So if I pick... Which one would you prefer? I got a list here. So yeah, Vermilion trapped us in a fake cafe shop. Vermilion trapped me into a horror game. A sleepover with XLA. A 2D robot character tries to expose him to me. Tries to expose me to him. Yeah, and I have a phone call with him. Wow. Had a meet and greet with him. Oh, I wish. And that's pretty much it. Okay, let's start with... let's say the beginning here. Okay, so my past self wrote this. So the title, at a random university, Fair Vermilion trapped us in a fake cafe shop. Let's see if I can make a voice acting for this one here. If not, just regular voice. I was in some old I was in some old classroom. What the heck, me? And reunited with my Spanish teacher. Oh, interesting. We were somewhat having a chat and class started. And I was sitting with the high school students and I didn't do anything. We were done with class and we were transported into a random university outside campus that I'm not familiar with at all. But you know what's weird about my dreams? Most of my dreams relates to school. Back then. But it also used to relate to me running away from something. And then now it's just whatever. So then anyways, we lined up and guess who was the line leader? That's right, it's Kaijo Vermilion. But he looked like a blurry Vermilion. He gave us a tour of this so-called university and we passed by trees with red leaves, sort of. I looked closer at the trees. They were paper red diamonds, so I grabbed two big red ones. Throughout the walk, he told us, the big red diamonds were placed on the trees in case we get lost. And I was like, oh shoot. Guess we're not going anywhere. We encountered a cafe look-alike building. Before we got in, he handed us some money to buy something. Yep, my dream is not it's out of character. It's out of character. That's not something Bear would do. Because according to his character, he broke. I think that's an imposter. Yeah, I agree, my past self. I agree. Ain't no way he would do that. The real Kaicho wouldn't hand out money like that. Agreed. But then again, that's just the blurry bear in my dreams. He told us to go buy at least one item. We got in the coffee shop while he was waiting outside. As we got in, it's not a cafe, a coffee shop, and there were fewer choices. I saw some shelves storing candles shaped like coffee. So a coffee candle? Then I saw ISOs of clothes hanging, but it's only a few. A bunch of students already bought something and waited outside with air. A few of us remained in the shop. And do you know what frickin' Fair Vermilion said to us? If you don't buy at least one item, you can't leave. We were scurrying around to find an item we wanted to buy. The items weren't convincing enough for me to buy them. Well, to be true, if I don't see something that piques my interest, then I might not buy it. Guess consumer mind. I went to the clothing aisle again and saw a cool light blue jacket. As I grabbed it, it was very small, so I put it back. So like when I just grabbed it, it was, ooh, a cool jacket. And when I grabbed it, it just shrunk into the size of my hand. It's like, huh? Some students were at the cashier aisle already, and I started to become indecisive. The indecisiveness consumed me as I just stood there. Then I woke up. Well, I mean, I'm still indecisive as heck. Yeah. Guess that part didn't change yet. But slowly, I'm gonna be bolder and make decisions. So, yep, that's one of my dreams about Vermilion, Oshi. But then anyways, let's see if there's anything else I can read out loud. Let's see here. Ah, I helped Lazolite babysit. Alright. It's a short dream, and I couldn't fully remember. That's what my past self wrote. I was in some classroom, and I saw children playing. I saw Pomu, helping a child learn how to walk. Inanna chatting with the children on the small desk, and I couldn't remember what Elira was doing, but I think I started waving. Then I assisted along and woke up. Ah, interesting. But I'm curious though, what does it mean if I were to help babysit? But I'm just curious though. It's all for fun. I'm not really babysitting, dream, symbolism. Okay, from what I looked up, it says to having the desire to take care of someone or take care of yourself. Oh my gosh, is the Lazo in my dreams telling me to take good care of myself? Oh my gosh. I must be dreaming. Not pun intended, though. Interesting, interesting. Okay, but... Yep, the Lyra Pandora my dreams waved at me. But I would never... I don't know if I waved at her back. But it didn't look like I did. Oof. Okay, but anyways... And also, I've dreamt that I was streaming in the bathroom. That's not something I would do. Unless I don't have a choice. So, Exley. I was watching Exley's first anniversary in the bathroom and streamed there. If I had known if they're having an anniversary there, I wouldn't be streaming. I wouldn't be streaming. Either I try to stream earlier than their time, or after they're done. So this is what my past self wrote. I don't know why I got in my bathroom. I was sitting on the toilet with the lid closed and singing about fruits. What in the world? I couldn't remember the lyrics, but it was something something berry, and a word that rhymes with berry. Mary, Larry, celery. It was a catchy song, but I forgot how it sounded. While I was singing, I placed persimmons on the bathroom sink. What? Persimmons? Which I couldn't understand my dream self why. Even my past self didn't know why either. Suddenly, I was watching Exley's first anniversary in front of the shower door. I couldn't tell if I was watching them with some device attached to the shower door or actually watching them with a shower door. I couldn't recall what I posted on Discord, but it was a funny moment about the anniversary. One of my friends was replying how funny that was, and a bunch of people reacted with a laugh emote until someone reported to the mods. What? Why? I didn't know why they reported, but the mods were online and didn't. Hi, sorry I'm late. Oh, you're all good, Alex. Welcome. Hello, late. I'm Angelos, but welcome in. So I'm just reading out my dream journal on what my past self dreamt about. So it's about Exley. I could hear Exley having a chat, but I couldn't comprehend a word they're saying. They were chatting and laughing, but I could hear Kotaka's laughter clearly. As I swiped down the screen, I was on YouTube search while hearing Kotaka's laughter. Is that on my laptop or on the shower door? I saw Hex's icon having a live mark, which I assume that's where the rest of the team were at, so I suddenly thought I should start streaming, and did with the laptop appearing out the blue. Angelos, why did you choose to stream at that time? I know, right? Why? Why? As I was streaming, I looked at the bathroom mirror and my reflection showed Vox. Plot twist. I was Vox Akuma all along. We're all Vox Akuma. Always has been. He was in his third outfit and we were looking at each other. Then I woke up. And he looks at me. And I look at him. He looks at me. And I look at him. He looks at me. And I look at him. Alright, but anyways. Oh man. Let me tell you, a few of the dreams that made me woke up with tears in my eyes. Let me just read this one here. But I cried because of Minecraft. But no, I cried because some Enderman Dragon Man died. So my past self wrote this. I felt like I was watching a movie, but I was actually in that event when that Ender Dragon Man died. Two Ender Dragon Men, both of them. Okay, hold on a sec. My bad. Something came up. So yeah, I dreamt about being involved with two Ender Dragon Men, or if I'm one of the Dragon Endermen. Both of them were different Enders since they're not black and purple. One was blue-gray while another was white. That was kind of a bit poetic there. They were close friends or lovers, which I couldn't identify. That's nice. I woke up this morning to my alarm, but my mom changed it from Break Free by Noctix to Diamond Steelites, and I started crying. But oh man. But when you woke up, did you prefer that to be your alarm? Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I don't want to cry every morning. Ah, day. For me, for my alarms, I prefer putting peaceful music, even though there's songs that I like to listen, but it doesn't mean I want to put them when I wake up. Because I don't want to get startled when I wake up. Understandable, Alex. Understandable. I prefer peaceful music for as my alarm. And so let's continue on for this Ender Dragon dream. So my past self wrote, mind you, it was in Minecraft Pixels. But my consciousness showed me what they look like in human form. So these dragon men can transform into humans and back to dragons. So a disguise. I was witnessing their bonding moment. And fast forward to the blue-gray dragon's death. He was up in the sky exploding like an ender dragon defeated in Minecraft. So like when you defeated the ender dragon in Minecraft, they just float up and then just exploded a bunch of enchantment pebbles, balls. And so when that blue-gray dragon was dying, the white dragon was crying, and I was also crying. I was crying a lot when that blue-gray dragon died. And I was crying so hard. Then I woke up with slight tears. I couldn't tell if I was a friend with the dragons, or the white dragon that saw its friend slash lover die. I defeated the ender dragon with snowballs when I was half asleep. Oh dang, congrats! That's a good flex. Cause I know defeating an ender dragon in survival mode it takes such skill. But with snowballs, I think that'll take away like half a heart. That's a good flex. Okay, let's see here. Should I read meet and greet? Yeah, it took like 2 hours, I think. Yay. 2 hours to feed the Ender Dragon with snowballs. That is some dedication. For me, I would need at least a weapon or so, cause I know for sure I might get tired, and I wouldn't even last in the end. Okay, so let's see. Yep, another dream about Vermilion. So this, my past self wrote, meet and greet panels are together. I could remember the previous dream, but it fast forwarded to me meeting and greeting there. Ha, I wish. Like if I meet and greet him, I might just be bashing him with a bunch of puns and jokes. But I'm afraid that will torture him. So I want to be merciful. I don't remember what we were talking about. But we were silent afterwards until the meet and greet time was over because I didn't know what else to say. I think it's to give me a I think it's to let me know, hey, in the future, if you ever to do a meet and greet with him, just know what the heck to say. Cause that 1 minute is precious. Yep, someday I'm gonna fly and then meet and greet him. I was about to exit at the left. As I was about to exit at the left, someone was meeting and greeting Doppio. I didn't want to interrupt, so I walked back to Vera's panel to wait. So basically, from about that panel dream. So basically, I don't know for those who are familiar with the meet and greet. So each of them have different panels. Like one is this VTuber, another is that VTuber, but they're separate. But in my dreams, they're connected together. Like if you want to go meet your VTuber, you have to walk all the way to this side or that side. And then if you want to leave, you might need to wait for the other to exit first. So you don't just exit at the back, you have to exit at one side. And so my past self wrote, me, you know you can just exit another way, right? Oh, and good news, I finished science fair unlike last time. That's great, congratulations! That's good that you finished your science fair. And yep. I don't know what else to say. My bad. And I am speaking of finishing stuff. I have not finished I haven't finished doing the skit and doing one of my clips because that would take me a while because I also have to juggle along with the earthly matters and real life stuff. But Alex, congrats. Keep it up. Let's see, my past self wrote, me, you know you can just exit another way, right? No. The left is the only exit. So yeah, I have to exit to the left. I can't just go back out or go to the right. I waited for a while, then checked Doppio's chant panel and the person wasn't there. I felt awkward for not saying anything to Ver as I waited. You know, my past self me, you could have just talked to him more while you wait. You could have just done that. Like, I get it, the 1 minute mark is up, but if you're just waiting for the other person to, be done meeting green with Doppio, maybe you can wave at Doppio and then while you wait, or just continue talking with Bear. You could have just done that. But I mean, it's a dream anyways. I felt awkward for not saying anything to Bear as I waited. As I exited Doppio's panel to the left, Kyo's panel was there. Did he regret? I mean, I then waved at Kyo and left the piano. Panel. You did not do that, me. You did not do that. For the rest of the dream, I couldn't recall what happened. And that was it. Oh wait, speaking of him, I had a dream about Quinn Bennett. What? Just one time. So the title says Quinn Bennett tries to help me with my skill issue. And then I wrote, I was in some house where there were a lot of people, but it was not a party. I couldn't remember the person vividly as to who I was talking to. I was following that person while having a conversation with them. I talked about how I couldn't sing. Then after I was done talking about that, the Quinn Bennett was laying against the wall and heard the conversation. Dude was wearing a dark blue hoodie, and with his arms crossed, he squinted his eyes at me and nodded. What the heck? What the heck? Then it fast forwarded to him live streaming with a gray shirt and me being in his voice channel. You know how Quinn started his YouTube videos with a saying, "Today I am da 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 da." So he said, "Today I am going to fix Angela 79's skill issue." And I couldn't say anything because I was speechless as to how I got here in this situation. Bruh, I remember when I was just in some party and then Quinn Bennett was staring at me. He was squinting at me like this. And then it just transitions to me being in his live stream. And he's trying to help me with his skill issue. And I'm assuming that skill issue was me singing. I knew he was explaining what he was going to do, but couldn't remember what else he said. That's pretty much it. Man, I think the Quinn Bennett in my dreams wanted to fix my skill issues for content. Oh, ho, ho. That was interesting. But let's see if there's a dream. Let's see. Let me look up for any symbolisms of it. Okay, I've dreamt about meet and greet battles. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, I can't find it. Oh well. If that's how it's gonna be. Alright, and the next one is, so my past self wrote, speed running the things I like to do before death gets the best of me. But the fact I capitalized death. Dreamt that I was outside the theater and saw a Grim Reaper. Must be Grimmy with a heart emoji. With a heart emote. With a /J for joking. Man, I like to continue playing Beyond the Bed someday, someday, so I can get my hands on him. What? Hands on him, cuddles. Okay, I need to calm down. They displayed a black aura, and I need to get away from them as soon as possible. My consciousness told me that it was death, and I need to speed run the things I like to do. As I ran, I noticed a stopwatch displayed in the sky. Ah, man, it's like I'm in some movie. The Grim Reaper was fast. I couldn't tell if they slashed me with their psyche, but they got me. However, they gave me another try to speed run again. That'll be an interesting game. I was back from the start and dashed inside the theater. I grabbed some popcorn and dashed inside one of the rooms. I watched a few scenes of the movie, but it was just a widescreen, and I quickly munched on some popcorn. Well, if I know that I'm not gonna live much, I might just enjoy it like it's my last. Enjoy things like it will be my last. But we all know we do take things for granted. For me, I do take things for granted, so just keep reminding myself, hey, just enjoy the moment. Because you never know what's gonna happen. And by the way, speaking of popcorn, I like them sprinkled with cheese powder. And then I would sometimes eat popcorn with a spoon. Yeah, because I don't want my fingers to get dirty. So I just use a spoon to, eat popcorn. And I know some of you be like, wait, that's weird. Why would you eat popcorn with a spoon? Like I said, I don't want my fingers get dirty. I just don't want my fingers dirty. That's pretty much it. But then anyways, I ran outside the theater and continued running outside. The sky was gray and the area was foggy. I felt the Reaper was coming to get me, and I prayed inside that I would continue living. I was panicking and felt defeated as I accepted my fate. Then I went to go get some groceries. Yep, my dreams have interesting transitions. Maybe I wanted to cook something. I dashed inside the crouton. I grabbed what? I dashed inside the grocery store and grabbed as many as I could. I remembered I got tomatoes and croutons. Maybe I was craving for salad, but wait, salad is one of my favorite foods. Like for salads, you can just put anything in there. Like, but you can put almost any type of vegetables, and then tomatoes, and then boom, got a salad. Dressings can season however you like your desires. And just put in cheese or no cheese. Yep, salad is one of my favorite food. One of my favorite foods. As I got a bunch of groceries in my cart, it fast forwards me bringing the groceries to my other relative's house. My relatives didn't look happy and wanted me to go back to the grocery store to get some more. Oh dear, what did I not read the list? Was there a list I had to accomplish? I don't know. I got back to the store again and it was crowded. Ooh. I put more stuff into the cart and walked to another area. As I came back, my cart was gone, and then I woke up. Wow. Way to go. Way to go. Just leaving me in a cliffhanger. But hey, at least I woke up. I'm back to reality. Just doing things I gotta do. But I'm just curious though. If you see a salad in your dream, what does it mean according to what others think? But to them, what does it mean? What does it mean? A need for vitamin supplements. A need for balance and variety in your life. Need a more positive influence in your life. Whoa. Whoa. I guess it's telling me to be more, stay healthy. Well, that's true. And then me being in a grocery store. What does it mean? So I dreamt about being in a grocery store. Either searching for something, earning money. Well, I guess. Nourishment and energy is simply just a dream. Well, do agree. Interesting, interesting. And then, by the way, I left a note. My past self left a note. Not gonna lie, if that Reaper is Grimmy from A Date with Death, I would give him a smooch since I was supposed to speedrun on doing the things I like. Hey, hey, I think my past self was a Rizzler. Well, I would still want to give Grimmy a smooch too, because he's cute. And I want to play Beyond the Bed. Alright. Let's see here, Alright. Another dream about Vermilion. And that's good on small content creator because if I'm big and if someone says, "Oh, Angelus is talking about Vermilion," I'm cooked. So I guess that's perks of being a small content creator for now. Like, let me tell you the perks of being a small content creator. Again, even if you put thumbnails of, I don't know, YouTubers you like to watch, they're not gonna notice at all. They're not gonna notice it. Even put their name, put the pictures, even type in their names. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna notice. And it keeps you hidden. Alright, anyways, so I wrote Kaijoman accidentally trapped me into a horror game. That doesn't sound pleasant. I was watching Kaijo's stream and he was playing a game. He was in multiplayer mode while waiting for a person to play with. A person joined and the game started to load. I got transported into the game as a player. Somehow I got transported into the game as a player and the person that joined left. Ah, don't leave me hanging. However, that game turned into a horror game. Ah, fudge. The place was dark with a vase rolled on the floor, so I was walking around to investigate. Ooh, what if I could play some horror music? Hold up. Let me just mute the background music while I read this prompt. But first, let me just hear. Like, let me look up Dova syndrome and then just read it like it was some horror movie. Let me do that. So Dova syndrome, horror, storage error. Ooh. Okay, that doesn't sound. I don't mean that. Ooh, horror night. Let's see if that works. Ooh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, let me just mute that. And let me lower down the browser a bit. Okay, there you go. The place was dark with the vase rolled on the floor, so I was walking around to investigate. As I got into the next place, I saw a big lady alligator look-alike. She was really tall. She looked 2D and pixelated with pink lipstick and blonde hair. Must be Browdy from Undertale. She saw me, and I knew I had to run or hide from her. I quickly ran as fast as I could until I hopped into a bed. I figured. I covered myself with a blanket, and when the lady opened the door, she thought I was sleeping. She looked for a while, closed the door, and walked away. I figured out I just need to pretend I'm in bed and asleep if she caught me. She was not here. I got off the bed and tried to quietly investigate. I went into the place where she caught me. She was not here, so the coast was clear. As I got into another room, she was next to me, and I quickly scurried. She came chasing after me. She saw me for a long while and pulled out a chainsaw. Chainsaw, man! It seemed like if she saw me for a long time, she might use the chainsaw. I got in the room, but a gut feeling told me the bed is useless to hide since she caught me not sleeping. I left the room and went right quick to quickly find something to hide. I encountered a huge vase that was cracked in half, so I got in to hide. That didn't seem like a great idea, but it somehow worked. Hiding in half a vase. Just hiding in a vase, but with the crack, there's like a huge cracks in the middle. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound safe. The lady didn't see me and continued looking around. I left the vase and went to another place. And that rhymed. Vase, place. Again, she saw me and came chasing me with a chainsaw. I quickly ran through most of the rooms and prayed inside that she would not see me. I stopped in the hall, and I saw her shadow approaching. As I got closer, I was suddenly teleported and moved to a bright city. And now we're back to peaceful music because I finally got out the horror game. Yippee! As I got closer, I was suddenly teleported and moved to a bright city. The sky is bright blue with clouds on it. It seemed like I was no longer in the game. And I just got out of the game. Why? Why, Bear? Why did you put me in the horror game? Why, Vermilion in my dreams? Why? I was outside a building with a bunch of people. These were the people that either lost or won that horror game. Wow. What was their experience when I was the only one in that game? Suddenly, a gut feeling told me to look for Uki, but I don't know why. Yeah, why? I was looking around and found him. Hey, even Uki appeared in my dreams as well. I approached them and we started having a conversation about the game. Afterwards, we didn't talk much and a person unlocked the building door. We all got in and it was a cafeteria, sort of. Everyone had their seats and I was one of the few who didn't have a seat. Again, I encountered Uki sitting on the tables, then asked him if I could sit next to them. He was okay with it, so I sat next to Uki. Then the person that unlocked the door announced that everyone would have free junk food. We all cheered, but he said, "And it's a happy meal, but we're chill." While waiting for the food, I turned to Uki. We were having a small talk, which I could recall what the small talk was about. Later, he pulled out a book and started reading a light blue book. My dream said wanted to talk to him more, but I didn't want to bother him. I pulled out my quote book and tried to work on it. Quote book. As I opened my quote book, I saw a drawing of a blue dolphin on Kaicho's quote and a red diamond on Enna's. Also, their quotes were written in pen, which was weird because I just wrote their quotes in pencil yesterday. No, I agreed. Okay, let me skip that part. I looked at Uki a bit to see if he's still reading. I wanted to thank him for how much they inspired and influenced me to be the person I am today. I knew this was not the time to tell him yet, so I went back to finish on my book. Then I woke up, and then my past self left this note. Bruh, my dream blurry Kaicho trapped me in a shop, and now Kaicho on live transported me into a horror game without knowing it. Yep, I don't know. That guy in my dreams, he's either a disaster or just straight up, or just chill. It's like 50-50. But okay. Yep, since most of my dreams relates to VTubers. Let's see about this one. All right. I remember I told the villains before about Vantacrow. I hired Vantacrow to be my rent. I dreamt that I hired Vanta to be my rental boyfriend. I was in some big house, and I got feeling that my dream fate would keep nagging me to have a boyfriend / girlfriend. So I thought, okay, so basically I was in the house, and my dream family would nag me to have significant others. Like, oh, I remember they told me this. Oh, if you're not gonna have a girlfriend, then at least have a boyfriend. I was like, fine. If you want me to have a significant other that badly, then okay. But I know for sure my family would not do that. They would not do that. So then my dream self thought, I'm gonna hire Vanderco Bringer to be my boyfriend so my family would shush. And then pop, I think I might encounter him in an alleyway. And there he was, the Vanderco Bringer. He appeared with a long black coat and a light gray suit. So I think I might have asked him, hey, Vanta, I could pay you if you just pretend to be my boyfriend. And he agreed. And so we walked to my dream family's house, and then we got in. Vanta got my signal to play along, and I started showing off to my family about him. I couldn't remember what I said that impressed my dream family. Oh wait, I remember now. So basically, I was just showing off Vanta, saying, "Oh, did you know Vanta saved an old lady?" I was like, "Oh, did you know you also learned karate as well? Yo, that's so cool! Oh my gosh, that's so cool!" But and so while I was trying to impress the dream family, Vanta was nodding along as he did that soldier stance. And the nod along was like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I saved an old lady. Yeah, that's true. I did karate. I learned karate. My dream family was in awe, and I fast forward to him touring around my desk. Then as I turn around, Vanta looked different, cleaning his aura. Did I get conned for thinking it was Vanta? But at least If it's even if it's him or not, at least they're willing to help me make my dream family stop nagging for me to have a significant other. The hair, you mean the bangs me? The bangs was hiding his eyes, but he was smiling at my merch, and that was all I could remember. And then this is when my past self left a note. I think the reason I dreamt about him is because I saw a drawing of a point of view when you're looking up to Vanta. You know what I mean, right? The Ventantas. The Ventantas. Man. The Ventantas. What was that? But anyways, let's see if there's anything more I can read out loud. Oh shoot, I gotta charge my laptop. Hold up a sec. Alright. There we go. Okay, let's see what else I can read out loud. Got invited to go to the movies with Millie and the rest of Niji-en. Usually, so I wrote, usually when I'm really tired, I can't remember all my dreams, but I did remember the Millie Parfait, my dreams, invited me to go watch the movies with her. Parasocial. Well, I mean, to be fair, some of my dreams are, they are kind of parasocial. But is only a dream. So let's me continue reading. Then afterwards, we met in real life. Note, my consciousness just depicts what they look like since I don't know what they look like. The Millie of my dreams is wearing a graphical shirt and light colored pants, but couldn't remember the exact color. She said, why did I wrote, it felt like saying I'll see you there. Grammar issue. I think you could have just put in. I think she said something like I'll see you there. And then we went back home. I was doing some stuff at my old house and looked at the time. I realized I was late and rushed to the theater. I noticed. As I made it into the theater, I noticed Niji-en had finished watching their movie. No! I felt bad because I promised Millie I would be there to watch with them, but I came in really late. Professionalism, Angelos. Professionalism. Come on. And also some decency as well. I stood there in defeat and heard a familiar voice. I turned around to see a guy with a black coat and short black hair. Why do I have dreams about men with black coats? I'm not that into black coats. Or are my dreams telling me to open up my fashion sense? And by the way, they're not my type. It was Sonny Briscoe. Black-haired Sonny? That must be Mooney then. He's not yellow this whole time? Joking? I don't remember what wait, what? I don't remember what conversation we were having, but he was smiling. Then the other members walked to him and I saw one staring at his standee. And the other person that approached Sonny, quote unquote, Sonny, is also wearing a black coat. Ah, interesting, interesting. Not something you depict. And my past self left a note in all caps. He's also wearing a black coat. The frick! That was all I could remember. Ah, I see. And also, wow, it's rare for me to have a game about Squid Game, a dream about Squid Game. Why did I say that? So yeah, I dreamt that I was in a Squid Game. I was in Squid Game. I was a player. Well, this was all I wrote. Here's what so just here you can listen to what I wrote. After passing the games from Squid Game, I suddenly got transferred to an area to prepare myself on what to come next. After doing some obby in real life, what? You mean the game, right? I managed to catch up with a few players and confronted the front man. The place became dark, and the door was sliding down, so I grabbed a plastic fork. What? And quickly slid under the doors to get to the front man. The front man was running away, and I somehow managed to stab him on the leg with a plastic fork. I guess minus 5 HP for the front man, then woke up. I'm pretty sure I've dreamt about Squid Game because I was watching Squid Game Season 2. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I dreamt about Squid Game. Okay, alright. The when I wrote, everyone was acting weird. That was the darkest dream I had. Or I say the night it was a nightmare. So here's what you listen to what I wrote. Or just hear what I wrote. I was running on the freeway and looked around that there were no cars except people skating or running. We were doing some sort of marathon or race since I saw colorful banners above with confettis falling down. People were cheering in the crowd. Then I suddenly had roller skates on and I was skating. I skated for a while, then skated to the crowd to climb on. So climbing onto the crowd. And my past self didn't know why either. Then it fast forward to me waiting in line to get some snacks, but I've changed my mind to get them later because I wasn't hungry. I was walking around for a bit and went inside the kitchen to explore, so I snuck in the kitchen. I suddenly wanted a snack and saw a lady carrying a box of chocolate cookie bags. I managed to grab one, and the lady gave me that look. Seriously? Look, then said, "You should have waited in line instead of coming here late." She let me have the bag and walked away. As I was exiting the kitchen, let me play some horror music. Just because. Let me just find a background music that suits this. Ooh, perfect. As I was exiting the kitchen, there were people slumping in the hallways. I was confused and proceeded to walk around the area. Proceed to walk around this area. That I passed by an old man that was slumping, and right when I was about to turn back, he pushed me off and stood there. He stared at me, and I quickly walked away from him. I looked at the chocolate cookie bag and felt suspicious about it, so I set the bag aside. I looked outside and saw a lot of people slumping. Dang. From observing the slumping people, their faces looked drained and had darker circles. I've wondered what causes them to slump. Did they eat something? Or was there a virus? Then my alarm woke me up. That was one concerning dream. Jeez. Yup. Let me see if I can look up what the meaning was. Like me being the one of the few survivors of this slumping virus. Because from what I wrote, it seemed like I might be one of the few that is not infected by that or survived. So dreamt about seeing people slumping. Okay, not helping. Or how about this? Dreamt about, I wouldn't say an apocalypse, but it was just yeah, saw a bunch of people they were slumping. Like I saw people slumping in my dreams. Okay. Dreamt about seeing a bunch of people tired. Let's just see what that means. Alright, say sounds a reflection of my own feelings of exhaustion, stress, need for rest. Sleep apnea, ha. I don't have that. But yeah, sleep apnea is really concerning. When not gonna lie, it does take me a while to sleep. Yep, can't find it. Alright. Hmm. Alright. And then I also dreamt that I helped a guy from a Pokemon battle assassination. But it's not that much. Oh. I was walking into some college, university, then got in my physics class. Man, not physics. Please, I don't want to deal with physics again. That's what I wrote. Suddenly, I'm on a dark island, and there are people competing for money like in total drama. As I was walking around the island, a guy with brown hair was carrying his goods, and the final activity was to chase him down for, see, according to the currency, 15 million dollars. The contestants had to start somewhere, and the guy had a few minutes to get away from the island, so he put his goods down. I decided to help the guy escape the island before he's being chased, then being on my own by carrying some of his goods. As we ran together, he took his goods and I tried to lead him to the escape route. As I was running forward, I stopped and closed my eyes. I was holding onto the mountain at the left and couldn't open my eyes. I've tried to open them, but still couldn't do so, and I was panicking. Luckily, the guy threw a vine plant at me, and with my eyes open a bit, I grabbed the plant, and he pulled the vine/plant to grab my hand. A light flashed, and we were off the island. I could finally open my eyes, and we were riding on a sled. It was a snowy city, and we were trying to escape. The contestants were after us, and one of them summoned Apom and said, "Apom, use Swift!" Now it's a Pokemon battle? Without thinking, I said, "Vaporeon, use Withdrawal!" Then the move withdrawal shielded us from Apom Swift. We continued running away and saw Lucas and Don going after us. Ah, shoot. Here we go again. And then yeah, that's pretty much what I wrote. And alright, I think I remember from that dream, I I can also check on the map like you do on your Pokemon game. Like you check the map and then you check to see if Mesprit is on this area. But if you go to that area, she goes to another area. Most likely flying. She most likely flies to another area. And then that's how it was for me trying to protect that guy, and either Lucas or Don trying to look for us. We're like Mesprit. When they go to another area, when they go to this area, we go to another area, and then it goes on and on and on until they slowly get closer to us. And I don't remember what happened next. And that was it for the Pokemon assassination dream. Okay. Let's see if there's any more. Oh. I collabed with Vanta. Ah. I must be coping. That's a lot of copium. Collab with Vanta Girl? That would be nice. But anyways. Here's what I wrote. Bruh. My memory's hazy about this dream, so I couldn't remember much. So I remembered I was having a Zatsudon collab with Vanta, and I could see my Fugi-Tech there as I spoke. I didn't remember what we were talking about, but it fast forwarded to me waiting outside. I saw a black car, and it stopped to me as it skidded. Then I opened the door, and there's Vanta in the driver's seat. I got in the car, and vroom! Then it fast forwarded to us seeing a group of people being captured by anonymous figures that I still couldn't remember, but I was really sad. And Vanta was clenching his fists, oh, Chip, at the anonymous figures. I couldn't tell if we were hiding from them or they chose specific people to capture, since Vanta and I were far. I couldn't remember anything else, but it felt like a movie. That was it. Imagine if I can make a script, but just from some of my dreams. Or got inspired by my dreams. Alright, back to the topic of Air Vermilion. Okay, so title was some 2D robot character tries to expose me. I couldn't fully recall the dream, but I remembered I was investigating a house with a person to find evidence. We're at the kitchen and we looked around to find any clues relating to the case. I don't want to say it, but we were looking for clues if there's any blood or weapons used that did something to the person. We couldn't find any evidence relating to the case, and so I thought, what if we check under the floors like from the movies? Funny thing, it worked. The wooden floors had cut up holes on the side, which makes it obvious to see through. I saw some debris in a toolbox. I called out to the person to grab a wrench and pull the wooden tile out. We pulled it out and grabbed the toolbox, then opened it. We found an iron spatula that had a few red specks on it. Finally, we found some evidence that relates to the case. Somehow, I got transported into a huge building and I was walking to an elevator. I got in, and the elevator closed, Grandma showed me. As the elevator was going down, I floated up until my head bumped to the roof. Then the door opened to a patio. Fast forward, because I couldn't fully remember, I encountered a robot. I encountered a robot that looked like Karen from SpongeBob, and he was multitasking on fixing things. A consciousness told me that he was the final boss, and I could see his HP and title. Then I got back into that large building again with that elevator. Two people came, and a gut feeling told me they're my friends, but they're also wearing a suit. My consciousness perceived how they looked based on their profile picture. We were chatting about something, then got in the elevator. As the elevator went down, I was the only one floating, and my head bumped into the roof again. So yeah, the friends is. So let me just call them. Yeah, I think I might just say letter K and letter C. As the elevator went down, I was the only one floating, and my head bumped to the roof again. K freaking told me that the reason I was the only one floating, but not them, was because it told me this. Oh, you're the only one floating? It's because you're tall. Then I got back to that patio again to encounter that robot. C and K were no longer there, so maybe I'm about to fight that robot. Somehow, the robot and I were having a chat. He told me he had a daughter to raise. We were watching outside on a bright day, then saw a big advertisement panel with Bear being live. He's either reading fan letters on a hand cam or presenting it on a presentation because the letter was handwritten. Then I told the robot that I've admired him because despite being the final boss, he chose to be it so he can raise his daughter. The robot misunderstood me and thought I liked him. Huh? The robot said, okay, let me do this in a robot voice. I'm one of your favorite 2D characters other than Kaicho. And then I tried to say something to stop. He grabbed a paper to write a letter to Kaicho to attempt to expose me. As if he can do that. A gut feeling told me that the robot had the power to message Bear, and Bear could respond back as possible. Ah, dang. So I wrote, I tried stopping him because that wasn't my intention, and he said out loud, Dear Yanvere. And luckily, I woke up from my alarm. And that was it. Okay. Let's see if there's any more I can read. Okay. Alright, talked about Shuko. That was a recent dream that I had days ago, I think. Or a week ago? I'm not sure. Okay, I wrote, was in a cafe or restaurant with a random guy, and we were having a conversation. I believed we were talking about VTuber collabs, and the guy said he liked Shu and Luca collabs. Then I was like, oh, Shuka. Then we talked about Shuka. I've told the guy Shuka is like a mustard x mustard pairing, and he agreed. Not gonna lie, I agreed as well. True. To me, that would be also a mustard x mustard pairing. I've noticed Shu cosplayer sitting near us, but we didn't mind and continued talking about Shuka. That was it. I don't know. Don't know if he's. I don't know. That's all I gotta say. Let's see here. Oh, another Vermilion dream. You can already tell who Mayoshi is. I already faced it. Okay, there's what I wrote. Man, how many times did I dream about this man? I know, right? I guess being a villain did take a toll, even being offline. Is the villain withdrawal affecting me? Not gonna lie, I really do miss my villains, but I still need to take care of myself. So anyways, it was a cold morning, and I had my phone with me. I remembered I was wearing a big scarf and was scrolling on the phone app. I saw my recent calls and a random number and a random number. I saw my recent calls and a random phone number and a random number. But it looks like I already called this number since the fonts were black with the green phone logo. My instincts told me that number was theirs. Wait, I talked to him before? Oh, parasocial alert, parasocial alert. Uh-oh, uh-oh. That's not good. So you're saying I have Vera's phone number. Whoa, that's crazy. I have Dream Bear's phone number. I was like, maybe I should leave him alone. But my curious butt dialed in anyways. Eh. Why? I felt like a creep and hoped I would be left on ring. Well, he answered, and I couldn't remember the full conversation. But I was interviewing him? Oh, maybe that's why I called him. Because I was giving him an interview. But what type of interview though? I asked him, what made you want to become a soul prophet? Along with, wow, I guess you have powers to predict the future. I couldn't recall his answer, then it came back to a conversation. He said something about his day and called me baby girl. And I was like, oh, come on. Yep, the Fair My Dreams also called me baby girl. Bro. Dream Bear 2, come on, man. Lol. Gosh, dude. I replied, you better be careful calling your villains baby girl, or you end up calling them baby door. And then it happened. But I didn't put the date. Why the F did I say that? Then he said, baby door. And we gave a small laugh. Suddenly, I'm in a temple and realized where I was. I quickly apologized. Because I felt disruptive when I was on the phone, then tried to find a way to get out until I saw a person walking through the door carrying a big statue. Then I woke up. Nah, that was it. For this phone call with Fair Vermilion. The Fair Vermilion dream. Let's see what else from my list. Ah, a sleepover with Exley. Wow. Another parasocial dream. Ha ha ha. Alright. Here's what I wrote. So you can just give it a good listener here. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I was in my old house, and it was nighttime. I saw Hex and Melika walking by, but they were so fast that I couldn't fully look at them. I saw Kotoko a bit and looked at my room. My vision projected on who's sleeping where in the room. Melika sleeps on the bed while the rest of us sleep on a bunch of blankets or tatami mats. But they're not really tatami mats. This is how my vision projected. And I think I remember I posted that on Twitter, like, I don't know, a year ago? 2 years ago? So let me download this and then show you who slept where in my dreams. Ah, dang. Let me just take a snapshot. Screenshot. What the heck? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna sneeze again. But that's good, I don't have someone keeping track of my sneezes. Okay, so according to the diagram, Bear sleeps at the wall, Hex sleeps next to him, I sleep next to Hex, Kotika sleeps next to me, and Meliko sleeps next to Kotika. And while poor Doppio, man, poor Doppio, he sleeps below us. But and then this is what I wrote on my diagram. Poor Dopey, I should have been the one sleeping here. Well, I agree. So Meliko sleeps on the bed while the rest of us sleeps on the tatami mats. It's unsure if they fought for the bed or not. Maybe they did without me knowing, and maybe that's how Meliko got the bed. As I looked at the door, it had a circular glass, and it's not clear. I was about to turn on the lights outside until I saw a shadowy figure. Something told me that figure was attempting to rob the house, so I turned on the light. Then Doppio called me saying, "Hey, Red Riding Hood, it's time to go to bed." He called me Red Riding Hood? That's weird because I'm blue, not red. That's true. Unless he thought he mistaken me as Devilus. Maybe I wore my red jacket, which was why he called me that. Well, and maybe that too. I'm also surprised. I'm going to have a sleeper with Exley. In my dreams. Then the shadowy figure got away because either the light was on or they saw Dopey. I walked into the room, and Exley was not there, so I slept ahead. Suddenly, well, it's just really random. Some isekai protagonist with his harem took over the bed, the blankets, and they just pile on the whole room. I didn't know where Exley was and I couldn't sleep. I assumed they must have been in another room to plot something against the protagonist. In reality, they would have been very pissed and kicked them out. Then I woke up. Weird dream. Yeah, that's a weird dream. And look, another dream about Vermilion again. But this will be the last one. And after that, we're gonna call it a day. So this is what I wrote in my title. There was deadass laughing for my cheese joke. Parentheses. Out of all my jokes, he was dying from laughter, which was this. Okay. Ooh. Yep. I could have just titled this as Parasocial Dreams. But you know what? I couldn't think of a better title. So, here's what I wrote. So we were chilling on a bed, and I asked if he wanted to hear a joke. Dreamverse said yeah, that I told him how I managed to get money from the king by selling him a huge cheese figure. I lifted my shirt off to show him my tattoo on my back, which was written as question something something, and then answered to the joke. So I asked him, question, want to hear what happened to the cheese figure that I sold to the king? I don't remember what Bear's reply was, so he waited for my answer. I told him, I ate them all, and he was dying from laughter while I laughed too. He was smacking the bed, and his legs were kicking as he laughed. That's pretty much all I can remember. Bro. The cheese joke just because I ate the cheese figure. The king's cheese figure. And out of all my puns and jokes, this is what got him laughing so friggin' hard. Well, at least he's enjoying it. Alright. Alright, I'll call it a day. I'll see you on the next stream, Meteor Sprites. Hope you have a good one. And before we start leaving, I want to raid someone. Okay. Where's Roy Chiato's? Right, I could just look that up on Twitch. Roy. Okay, that's good. I thought my browser audio was on. Alright, Roy Giotto. Alright, here we go. Alright, go check out his stream. Let me just copy and paste it so that you know where to raid at. There you go, take you to his stream. Alright, bye Meteor Sprites. Have a good one. See you in maybe the VTuber shipping stream. Adios. おつめ